From Business Insider, we talked a lot about this PPP loan, and I've got an article entitled "Mark Cuban and a bank CEO who first connected over Twitter built a free site to make it easier to apply for PPP loan forgiveness." And so what's happened is that Mark Cuban and the CEO of Citizens Bank of Edmond, whose name is Jill Castilla, teamed up to create this bank. They were both on Twitter talking about how difficult the 11-page PPP loan forgiveness application is that was released by the SBA. And so they teamed up and they built a site that basically walks you through the interview and results in a shareable PDF that is supposed to be easier to fill out and do than the original application. And so the other thing I thought was interesting about it is they teamed up to try to help, in which what they did is where Mark Cuban set up a fund so that Citizens Bank of Edmond could allow its customers to overdraft their account by up to $900 as a way of helping them through their stimulus while they wait to get their stimulus money. And so I guess I thought it was interesting to see these two CEOs kind of, working together over Twitter, and then just see some of the different ways that they're trying to play a role in this whole situation. And so I want to get your guys' take on, I guess, do you think that the loan forgiveness application is cumbersome enough to need its own third-party website to administer? And yeah, what do you guys think?
Well, I haven't looked at the forgiveness process in detail yet, because I don't think most lenders are actually taking forgiveness applications yet. So I thought what was interesting about it is the proposition that, put your information into this site, it pumps out the SBA forgiveness application, and then you can just hand that to your lender. I think that how that actually works would be very lender specific. So I don't know if that actually is going to work that way. If you're working with a commercial bank, that they'll just kind of take the output, even if it's in that format of the SBA, if they'll just take that output and do it that way. But I mean, it certainly can maybe give you a head start in making sure you have all your X's crossed and your T's, your T's crossed and your I's dotted, right? Maybe it helps you kind of work through that, so that when you do fill out whatever your lender has that's a specific application to them is more is ready to go, so to speak. But yeah, I questioned that and kind of looking at it as to whether the use of that service would actually be as easy with any particular lender as they suggested it would be. But beyond that, I just thought, well, that's amazing. I mean, how cool that these CEOs got together and did this. And as the article expressed many times in it, that it was to no profit of the CEOs of their companies, of their organizations, that they were doing this. They just and Mark Cuban being one of them, kind of he's been somewhat politically active in his discussion about the things everyone's going through lately. So yeah, it seems in line with his desire to kind of be a champion of business and small business. And so I'd say good on him. I think it's great. I think providing that free service, and if it does help people, then wonderful. I just don't have a clear vision of exactly how that's going to work in detail yet.
And I would say, I actually clicked through to check out the application process and started it to see if it was, what it looked like. And so, I mean, it looks legit. It says free all around it. And I got as far as putting the business information in, and there was no credit card to enter or anything like that. And they made it very clear there wouldn't be. And there's also the very, the disclaimers, kind of like yourself preparing taxes or something, it's all the information entered. We're just helping you put this information together. But I'm kind of with Ty. I think banks from bank to bank are going to they'll probably all have general requirements, but are probably going to want you to fill out their forms or follow their fit and package that they'll deliver to you.
And one more thing I just thought of, we just reported today that there's new law on this. So like it makes me wonder if the SBA is going to be changing their application in some way anyway.
Well, you just stole the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, and as we just reported, I mean, they're changing. So is this website kind of up to date, even as of today? You know?
And it made me laugh too, because they set a record, like apparently it's really hard to get a .bank domain, and they set a record on the world's fastest approval of a .bank domain to get this site up and running. And then immediately after that happens, the loan forgiveness period was extended from 8 weeks to 24 weeks. So suddenly this huge feat of technology is totally irrelevant because it could have taken 8 weeks longer and would have had the exact same outcome. And so I just got a kick out of that. That's 80% of the reason why I wanted to bring up this article.
Yeah. Well, I think I would double down on, I think it's great that they're doing it, and, you know, and they're doing it for free. So to the extent that it may not work perfectly in all circumstances, you know, so what? You know, that doesn't detract from the service, the public service that they're trying to achieve here. So that's great.
And it's not even like the free tax software where they make you pay for estate filing or print it out. You know, it's actually free. But it does very much look like that when they walk you through like the TurboTax or something. They kind of has, you know, the same fit and feel.
That's awesome. I want to use it myself then.
Right?
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. You'll have to report back then, you know, like maybe we can do a screen capture and blur out all your, you know.
Well, I was a little miffed when the loading indicator was a Dallas Mavericks ball just sort of spinning around. I thought maybe that didn't need to be there, but other than that, it was pretty good. Pretty good.
Are you serious? Did they really have the?
No. I just.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, really? Okay.
I just love that idea of
it says at the bottom, sponsored by, you know, the whole.